Hello my friends, welcome to Anna's Violets. Today we're going to talk about peace lily, how to water, when to water, how much to water in general, because there can actually be two issues with watering peace lily, overwatering and underwatering. First, let's understand when to water and then how much to water. First of all, you can see here pretty dusty peace lily because we're moving into spring, and in winter I didn't have much time to take care of my plants properly because I was quite busy with work, with other projects, with a baby. But now we're back to growing. Basically, it's spring and everything starts to grow. You can see here already fresh leaves coming up and also some buds as well. First of all, let's talk about understanding when to water. Now, you can see a lot of information about watering schedule, let's say once a week, twice a week, etc. Schedule, first of all, will never work because, as I've mentioned in my previous videos, there are so many conditions, right? Understanding why and how and when you need to water your peace lily. Because let's say in your room it can be very warm. This means that you will need to water more often than in another room that has lower temperatures, right? So first of all, you need to understand when, not in terms of schedule, but in terms of the conditions surrounding your plant or where you grow the plant. Because let's say if I grow now here in this very light soil, the soil is gonna get dry very often, and that's why it will also mean that I will need to water more often. Also, the pot, my peace lily grows in this clay pot, and it means that the clay pot is breathing from all the sides. The soil gets dry from all the sides and very quick. That also means that I need to water my plant more often than someone who grows in a plastic pot or maybe in another type of potting mix. So this all plays a big role. However, you can see the leaves here a little bit drooping. I waited for my peace lily to be a little bit drooping to show you this, because this is the most important condition. When you see the leaves are drooping, this is the time for you to water, because the peace lily will show you when it needs watering. If you see the leaves are a little bit hanging as usual, you need to water them. So that's number one. Then, how you can also understand if it's the time to water your lily. Again, pay attention to the soil. If the soil is dry, you will notice it from the surface of the soil, but also if you grow them in clay pots, you will notice that the clay pots are dry as well, just if you touch them. You can of course also pick up your plant and see if it's lighter, if it's heavier. This will also mean if it still has water, if the soil is still moist, or you need to water it. This can be a little bit complicated to understand, but number one is drooping leaves. Whenever you see drooping leaves, water it. So let me show you this one, and this is another variety of peace lily, but here you can see that the leaves are pretty straight, they are firm, therefore there is no need to water this one yet. And look at this beautiful leaf. Now let me show you another peace lily. This is another variety, and here you can see that the leaves are pretty straight, they are firm, and that's why even though it's the same clay pot and the soil is pretty dry from the surface, you don't need to water the plant. Wait a little bit. Compared to this other one, you can see that these leaves are quite droopy, so this one needs watering, this one can still wait. Then let's discuss how much to water. And again, you will see different types of different advice. Some people will say water until you will see that the water is coming out from the bottom of the pot into the plate. But again, it really depends on the conditions. If you water your peace lily in summer in hot temperatures, then yes, of course you can do it, because even if the whole pot, the whole soil is very wet, it will get dry very fast and you will not have an issue of root rot. But if you are watering your peace lily in winter when the temperatures are lower and there is not that much light, the plants are also not growing very actively. If you water too much and the whole soil will be completely soaking wet, you may have the risk of root rot. and you may lose the whole plant, of course. The first sign that you are overwatering will be this kind of dry tips, which have also yellow lining. So this is definitely a sign of overwatering, even though I may have watered just a little bit, but in winter months too much still. The same amount of water in winter, in summer means totally different thing. So how much to water? Let's say we water them right now, which is already quite warm, but not summer yet. I'm still growing them, of course, indoors, and we have around 18-20 degrees. So in this case, even though I may wait a little bit with this peace lily, I will still water it. And I will water it just a little bit. So this amount should be enough. And by the way, I don't have very fancy water bottles. I use just plastic bottles from, I don't know, water, juice, and I like to recycle them. So as you see, a little bit of water is coming out from the bottom of the pot. Not too much, but this is already enough. And now let's water this one. I will just remove the leaves a little bit. Just this much should be enough. Let's see if the water will come out from the bottom of the pot. In any case, it will be enough already, and I don't need to make sure that the whole soil is wet, as I've already mentioned. So there's no water coming out, and it's totally fine. Peace lily, this one will be in a better shape. The leaves will be up and straight just within a couple of hours. If you have some doubts, test, try, move your plants from a place to place where it's in direct light, or maybe move it to a brighter area, and then you will see the difference in watering as well. So if now I'm growing this plant, it's about 2 meters away from the window, this is how I take care of it. But if the plant is closer to the window, if the temperatures are higher, if it's sunnier, then of course I will water way more than how much I've watered now. So this is the difference. Sorry for speaking a little bit fast, because I'm just recording this video while my baby is sleeping. So as soon as she wakes up, I won't be able to record this video anymore. I just wanted to explain this because I have received so many questions about how much to water, when to water, how to make sure that the plant is not getting rotten. These are situations you need to test for yourself, and then you will understand how much your specific plant will need watering, and when, and in which conditions. Please write your questions under the video. Even though I may not be able to reply to every single question or comment, definitely I'm reading everything, and then I just record the video answering these questions. Stay tuned for more videos, stay passionate about plants, and I'll see you in the next one.